Hey, Bayek, it's me, Ian. And, well, I'm going to do another of my film reviews. A film that I feel passionate about. A film that I really, really enjoy and want to talk about. And this film is Midsommar from 2019. And what a film this is. What a film. Directed by Ari Aster, whose previous film is another film that you may well get a review of as well, which was Hereditary. Yes, Hereditary. Oh, yes, what can you say about this? It's just such a wonderful film. It seems, in fact, to go together with what they're now calling elevated horror, which is The Witch from 2015, Hereditary 2018, and Midsommar, which is 2019. Say, Hereditary was by this director, Ari Aster, and what two films to produce it's just amazing that he could produce something like this. I think you can put it as well into the category of folk horror, and that has an interesting tradition, I think. The great film that we all look at is, of course, The Wicker Man. The Wicker Man, a piece of brilliance, starring the wonderful Sir Christopher Lee, from the early 70s. That is The Wicker Man. It's a fantastic piece of filmmaking, as you know, and had such an influence. And this, I think, goes into that category. What the film also, I think I must give a real shout out to Florence Pugh, because hey, she's an English actress, and we go support English actresses, and she's had some criticisms, which I can't believe, because her performance is fantastic. I think a lot of people don't like her character. She almost seems a whiny, needy character, but she plays it brilliantly. And the film is really, as he said, it's about a breakup. It's about the disintegration of a relationship and how that works into this particular trip. And there they are. They've gone to Scandinavia, and there they are in a setting, and their relationship is disintegrating, and we see that, and it's very, very interesting. And then the horror starts to playing. It's all there in the background, and it becomes really shocking. It really does become shocking. You think, wow, yeah. And the other thing, you could say originally it might have even been promoted, if you didn't have these sort of folk elements, as almost like a slasher film, because the kills in it, the brutality of what happens. There really is some quite disturbing scenes and kills and deaths in it. But it's somehow a lot more than that, and that makes it even more shocking to some extent. There's so much about the folk traditions of a people, paganism, if you want to look at it like that, and about our relationship with the land and the earth, and fertility, of course, that's always, for all sort of these cultures, as it was in the Wicker Man, fertility is very important. Renewal, the crops, life, the circle of life and all that kind of thing. And this film has all these aspects about our relationship with death as well, how we look at death, and everything is all here. And what's interesting, it's what we're talking about are actually very, you may say, dark things, but it's all done in a very colourful. It's everything. You see it all in the daylight. It's not in the darkness hiding around. No, it's there right in front of you. And the music has that folk element as well. It's so, everything in this film just comes together beautifully. Now, it's divided opinion. People think it's boring, or they don't like it, they don't get it. But if you get this film, then you're in for a real treat. I'd rather, there's so many films that I know people go on about and say are masterpieces and what have you. I'll tell you what, in my opinion, this is one of those, like Hereditary, which we'll talk about another time, which is a similar vein, all produced by the A24 production, and they're producing some great, great films. And here we are again. The director has produced these two great films, Ari Aster, and he wrote them, the scripts as well. What can you say? This is just genius. It's beautiful cinematography. You just look at the film and think, wow, this is really grand. You live it, you breathe the film. And what's interesting is that it was only made for $9 million, right? $9 million. And do you know how much it took at the box office? Which I think, for this kind of film, especially as the pandemic period was approaching and all that, it made $48 million. Which I know some people say, well, but this is considered a good amount of money made. And again, it's interesting that originally it was 171 minutes long. There is the extended cut available on here. But they wanted a theatrical release which would be shorter, so they put it down to 148 minutes. To me, 171 minutes is fantastic. It's not long enough. I could carry on watching it. These people come, hey, it's long-winded film. I'll tell you what, it's not long-winded to me. I blooming enjoy it, mate. I'll tell you, I love it. I can just sit and be totally absorbed in all these films. And this is one such film. I can just sit here and just talk about it and absolutely love this film. What can you say about it? I wish I could get hold of a 4K copy. I think there is a rare European copy. And for a limited time in 2020, the A24 shop did an exclusive edition. Come on now, get your finger out and get a 4K copy out. We need one. We need a 4K copy. Not that I'm saying this is the best I can get, then I'm happy with that, because it does look good. The transfer is absolutely wonderful. And the extras on here as well are very good. You get a really good selection and background to the film, and talking about it and everything. And again, it's just you can delve into all this kind of stuff once you get into something like folk horror, and it's lovely to just sort of find out more about it. Find out about the kind of things behind it. Where all the ideas come from, and it's It's just wonderful. I mean, it's entertaining. It's riveting. It's something that sticks in your mind and you're thinking about it. You come out and you think, wow, I've got to watch that again, But yeah, not everybody sees it that way. And that's life. That's how it is. But for me, as somebody, I love this film. I love it like Hereditary. It's a great film. It's what modern horror is about. People say, hey, they don't make films like they used to. I mean, I love the old horror stuff. I love Hammer, and I love all the 70s and 80s horror films, and I love all that, the Italian stuff. But then I love this, the modern, they're still producing great modern films. And we've got lots to look forward to as well. And they're still releasing good modern films. We may talk about some other ones, as you will see eventually as well. But anyhow, all I've got to say is that I think that this is just great. And I would really, really recommend, if you haven't seen it, to watch it. Because if you like what I've said about it, you'll understand and appreciate it. And Florence Pugh's performance is absolutely fantastic. Really, it is. I love it. I know people don't know, but I love it. Anyhow, what else can I say? But just watch it and enjoy it. Keep this end happy. That's what I say. Hey, keep this end happy. And that's what we do. We enjoy our films. We enjoy our music. And I'm here to talk about it. And that's my passion. And that's what it's going to be. So, if you're interested to see more, just subscribe. We'll let you know what's going to happen then. Well, not me, but it does it automatic. And give it a like if you like it. Just enjoy the passion we have for films and physical media. So, I'm going to say now is, I'll see thee, and I'll see thee again.